Our next recipe is rice muffins. And for the purpose of this demonstration, we're going to be showing you the royal recipe, and then we'll show you the difference between the finished products of the royal and the calumet. They're pretty much the same process, but the volumes of each one are very different. We just chose at random which one to show on camera. So for this one, you're going to need a cup of sifted flour. So for this recipe, you're going to need a cup of sifted flour. I've pre-done the sifting of the cup. You know, if you watched the brown bread recipe, how much I love to do that. No, I don't. You will need 2 teaspoons of royal baking powder. You will need a half teaspoon of salt. You will need a tablespoon of sugar. You will need 2/3 of a cup of cold milk. You will need an egg that is beaten, which I have already beaten it, and you will need some shortening. I'm going to use Crisco, but I haven't measured it yet because I'm going to use the same tablespoon. And you will need a cup of boiled rice that is cold. So I've made enough rice for both the recipes and probably then some, but you will need it to be cold because if it's hot, it's going to mess up the composition here. So it says sift together your flour, baking powder, salt, and sugar, and then you're going to add the milk slowly. So let's get our dry ingredients together and let's see how it's going. 1/2, 2, okay, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and a tablespoon of sugar. Flour. Alright, let's move these out of the way. If your salt's a little coarse, you might have to smush it through your thing a little bit. Okay, good. Add milk slowly. I'm gonna need a stir. Add milk slowly. Hope that was slowly enough. Alright, then well beaten egg. And your melted shortening. So you gotta go get. Okay, so while we were melting our shortening, I went ahead and greased our muffin tins. This is a non-stick pan. The other one calls for a gem pan, and a gem pan was a specific thing. They're usually cast iron. We have one in the museum that I can put a picture of here. And they were just a little more fancy, kind of more like the Christmas Nordic ware that you see. They did not have non-stick, obviously, but muffin tins by the 1920s muffins were really popular. So that is one of the changes over time you can see between 1910. So one of the differences between the 1910 and the 1920 recipe in this case is that just the terminology had changed. I once again used the trick of using the cold Pyrex thing to cool down my fats because I didn't want them to cook our eggs here. Alright, so once these are mixed in, we're going to add the rice and mix well. We need a whole cup of rice, as I recall. I'm just going to use this. The only thing I'm using this rice for is this recipe, so I don't really care if some flour gets in it. Alright, this is 1/2 of a cup. So 1/2. and a hole. Okay, so mix this all in there. Now, while I was researching this, I had been told that this was not just a thing that was done later in the Depression years, but also something that is a Southern recipe that especially persons of color and the enslaved and the formerly enslaved, the etymology of this recipe comes from that whole history. So that may or may not bother you, but these are the things we learn while we're doing these. Okay, so, all right, and we're gonna drop 1 spoonful of mixture into each and make 20 to 30 minutes in a hot oven. Since the recipe calls for a hot oven, I've preheated my oven to 375 degrees. So I'm gonna put these in our tins just like I would with a normal muffin tin. I did notice that in a lot of historical examples, there aren't 12, there are 9. I did grease all 12 because I'm not sure how many it will take. So we'll just see where that lands us. All right. So again, I'm just judging the fill of these based on the size of our gem pan at the museum. As far as I know, the volume of these has not changed that I've seen over. Just like today, some cupcakes are a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller than others. Again, we've got our oven at a hot oven temperature of 375. My oven in the higher ranges tends to run a little hot. So you may want your oven to be 400 or even 425 to be that hot oven range. But we're going to see how this goes. Okay, so then it says bake 20 to 30 minutes. So we'll see how it is at the end. Okay, so I wasn't planning on showing any part of the second recipe, but I just wanted to show you that the Calumet one is a lot stiffer, more like muffin mix typically is. And I also wanted to tell you that it says just to bake in a gem pan. We're going to follow the same baking instructions as the other one, just because that makes sense. So 375, and we're going to shoot for 20 to 30 minutes and see what happens.